Slowly been tapering down the wood to the size and the shape that I like, and I'm being really careful not to take too much material off where the ring goes, and also where the handle will fit into the chisel. So I'm slowly taking down that with some sandpaper until I feel like we're ready to fit it. One thing I did do is pull a hose over for my dust collection system, because sanding the wood on the lathe makes a ton of dust. So this seems to take care of the majority of the fine dust, at least. The old handle was a little bit loose within the socket of the chisel, so I want this one to be a little bit tighter fit. So I'm going to leave it a little larger than the old one, at least at the within the socket of the chisel, and then we can tap it in and squeeze it nice and tight. But I think I'm just a little bit too thick right along in here at this point. I think we're getting really close, so I'm going to go ahead and sand down to 320 grit. I've got to be pretty sure that I'm in the right dimension, because the way I've got the scrap portion of the stock here on the ends, when I cut these off, the final fitting, if it doesn't fit, will have to be done by hand with sandpaper off the lathe. So I want to get it as close as possible before I take it off the lathe and cut it to size. Final thing I want to do is I want to give the chisel handle a little bit of a grippy surface to make it easier to hold. So I'm going to put 3 lines along the thickest portion of the handle, and maybe burnish the insides of it just for some decorative look, and it also will give it a little bit of grip. So let's go ahead and mark out where we're going to put our lines, and then we can cut those out. So I think that looks pretty good, so I'm going to take one of my parting tools here and see if I can put a small groove where those lines are. Then I've got a wire that I can try to burnish the inside of it with. I really don't know if this is the proper way to be doing this or not, but it seems to be working okay. I'm just trying to get the grooves wide enough that I can get my wire in there. So I'm not really sure what the best way to burnish the inside of those grooves is, but I have some of this electric fence wire here in the shop, so I think I'll take some of that and see if that will do the trick. I don't know if copper is better or if it really matters that much. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments so next time I can do it the proper way. So I wrapped the wire around a couple scrap pieces of oak doweling, and I'll wrap that around the piece in the grooves and see if we can get some burnishing to the inside of the grooves there. Well, I can tell you that this method works, but man, it's slow. It's a lot of work. I can't imagine this is the best way to do this, so maybe there is another way you guys can share with me. I had to work up a sweat to do that, but I think it did finally work pretty well. I didn't get as much burnishing as I would like inside the grooves, but I think it'll still definitely look really good. So a little final sanding and we'll be ready to try to fit the chisel. Well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be to fit the handle to the chisel, so let's go ahead and cut it off of the scrap pieces here, and then we will be ready to try to fit. So here it is, the before and the after. I'm really excited about how it turned out, so let's go ahead and see how it fits. I've been pounding on that for a few minutes, trying to seat it into the socket of the chisel really well, and it's fitting really nice. It looks really good, I think. You can see where the oak handle is peeling back a little bit, almost along the entire circumference of the socket of the chisel, which is good. That means it's a nice tight fit. I intended for the ring to go all the way down to that shoulder, but it is so incredibly tight. I don't know if I can. I've been tapping at it and hitting it, and I can't get it to move anymore. It's already starting to peel back the oak some, so I think that'll probably work its way down over time. I don't think there's any reason I need to keep messing with it too much. It's on there extremely tight. If it doesn't work down over time, I guess I can shorten the length of the handle a little bit and then tap it onto the shoulder, but I don't really see any reason why I need to mess with it right now. It seems to be on there super tight, and the purpose of it is to keep the end of the handle from splitting. So I've got a little bit of boiled linseed oil. Let's put that on there to protect the new handle, and then we can move on to the next step, which is making a nice leather sheath for our new timber framing corner chisel. Well, there it is, guys, all oiled up and complete. I'm super happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look out for the next one soon where we make the leather sheath. Thanks for watching.